So you still feel like a woman?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that doesn't change.
And so you feel feminine?
Sure, yeah, of course. And I think now, my feeling now is that gender is evolving. Like, I kind of used to be closed, believe it or not, even look at me now, you would never guess, but I used to be closed-minded myself about gender, and I thought it had to be man, woman, or trans. But now there's like 1,000 different genders, so a person can be gender fluid. It's not even now, it's always been, but now people have names for it and can describe it. So I don't put myself now in a box. I'm definitely transgender, I'm definitely in that category, but sometimes, like in my dating life, for example, I date men only as a full-on woman, not even like this with like boobs and hair, you know what I mean? That's the kind of the men that I attract and the men that I like, I date as a female. Now, if I'm like running errands or, going to the store and all this, I don't put on all this makeup and everything. I just look like, maybe the busboy that she went and served you your dinner at your restaurant. I don't know. I just look very...
You look like a boy when you don't dress up?
When I don't, yeah. And I haven't done surgeries or hormones or anything, which I don't, maybe one day I will, who knows? You know what I mean? And anybody that does, that's great, but for me right now, it just hasn't, it hasn't happened because like I said, I'm not Kardashian, so I can't just go buy all these plastic surgeries and everything. And
so you still have all your boy body parts?
Oh yeah.
Everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Does that feel weird, putting on a dress and makeup and eyelashes and things like that, and then you have boy body parts?
I'll be honest with you, Jesse, the men like it.
Men like it?
No joke. The men like it.
What do you mean the men like it?
I date guys like this, but even more, like I said, feminine looking than I am now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, the men, they don't care what's from the waist below. It's kind of like a turn on for them. And I don't consider those guys gay because they're looking at me like the image of like, like a female, but it's like a chick with a, you know what? I don't want to say, I don't want to cuss around here, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm trying to be respectful of your pastor and everything, so I'm not, you know what I mean?
So you're not normal. I mean, being a transgender, man dressing in women's clothes and like this, and women dressing in men's clothes is not a normal thing. It's due to a trauma. Something's happened along the way, and you overreact it, and you become like what you overreact to. It's not like normal for a man to dress like a woman or feel that way, or a woman to dress and feel like a man.
That's your perception and your analysis. If you should, and I prayed before this interview that maybe you would open my mind a little bit and maybe I would open yours.
Right.
So if God is listening, I hope God will enter your heart right now and just open it up a little bit to maybe feel what it's like to be in my shoes instead of just looking at it from your shoes, because you were born comfortable the way you are. So you don't know what that feels like. So to just say that this is just a feeling and it's not the real thing is not really fair, because you didn't go through it, so you don't know.
But it's not the real thing. I mean, I understand the trauma, but...
There ain't no trauma. What's the trauma?
I'll tell you what the trauma is in a minute, but it's not normal. It's not the real thing. But in your mind, it may seem to be real because of, the trauma. Maybe you're too close to your mother, or you resented your father, and you.
I love my parents. I don't have no resentment.
Were you molested or anything as a child?
No.
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 So was your mother an angry woman while she was pregnant with you?
No. My parents are the epitome of the perfect nuclear family. Like, my dad was a working dad. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was a very, strong and wonderful man. My dad is an educated. He's PhD. He's engineer. I don't know what this trauma that you're looking for or whatever is your explanation. That's what I'm trying to, you came up with this equation, like trauma equals transgender.
Right.
And I'm trying to tell you, and I hope I can open your heart to see that that's not what it is. It's just the way that just like you have dark hair, I'm transgender. Just like, you have brown eyes, it's not even a big deal.
But I don't feel my hair and eyes. I'm not feeling anything about it. But let me ask, you think
would be feeling something about it if the rest of society if there wasn't one other person on earth with dark hair and dark eyes. In other words, if you were the minority, because transgender, we are the minority, but it doesn't mean it's not normal. You know what I mean? So it's just like an albino person, right? Might feel something about their albinoness because they stand out.
But you know why they feel that way, right? Because society will tease them about it, or whatever they do. That person would become angry about it, being treated that way. And the moment you become angry about it, it awakens something inside of you, those emotions, because in that very moment that you become angry, you're traumatized. And so it awakens those emotions, and now you don't feel like yourself anymore. You feel like a transgender.
I disagree.
No, that's what caused it.